Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days, season 8, episode 8. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. As you are leaving a comment, please make sure to hype up the video. I always forget to tell you guys to do that, but please do that. So, getting into this episode, we're gonna start with Forrest and Sheena. Forrest is waking up confused because, you know, what Sheena told him and what he's experiencing are two completely different things. He thought he was coming to save Sheena from the terror that her family is putting on her. Come to find out, it's not that bad of a situation. So when his mom, and I always call her Kim, but his mom's name is definitely Molly. When Molly and Dev come around, they're equally as confused.
This is so beautiful here.
Wow.
Alarm bells are going off in my head.
Here's the garden stuff.
Man. So you guys did all of this?
Yes.
Well, would you look at that?
So my cousin doesn't watch the show, but she watches my videos, right? And she was like, is Sheena's family like really that well off? I don't know if they're super well off, but she was wondering, is it a situation where, you know, back home, your money stretches further and a place can look really pristine, but just to those standards, if you're comparing to American standards, it just feels like it's way more luxurious than it is. I was like, no, they got some nice grounds. Like they got some really nice grounds, and they run a bed and breakfast, and they have that whole apartment situation. Like, please, these people are not in as bad of a situation as Sheena tried to make it seem. So maybe your story's not holding water. That pool is, though. Throughout the day, Molly is actually on her best behavior. She commends the family on their hospitality. She loves the food that she gets to experience. She just likes to spend time with everybody who's here. Then the inevitable comes up. They talk about the finances. And Sheena's family is concerned about Forrest's finances, but Molly is like, we're not here to talk about that. What the hell is going on with y'all extorting Sheena?
She told us you would mistreat her.
What? No.
Sorry. I want to admit that I lied. Every time that I want to save, it's not even enough for me to get the visa.
Now, Sheena, make it make sense. Okay, make it make sense. This girl immediately burst into tears, and I'm thinking, what's going on? What is going on? So this girl, she's copping to lying, and I had a theory. I don't know if I stand on it as much now because she is admitting that she was lying. My theory was, is she getting emotional because she has to save face in front of Forrest's family so that her family doesn't then continue to mistreat her once they're gone? But now that she keeps admitting that she's lying, I'm like, Sheena, it's not looking good, sister. So essentially the story is she is not good at saving. And whenever she gives money to her family, it's actually a loan. And they hold on to it with the plan of giving it back to her. Now that's where the story gets a little bit murky for me because Forrest then asks, okay, if she's able to have about $4,000 back that she was planning on saving, are you able to give it back? And they're like, we'd have to look at the books. If it's supposed to be a loan, I would assume that at some point you planned on giving it back. So you could at least say, oh, we don't have the whole figure right now, but we do have a little, and incrementally we'll get there. But it was like, ugh, gotta look at the books. I don't know. It felt a little bit shady, but the shadiest part of this is Sheena. She kept apologizing for lying. She was like, I didn't want to lose Forrest. Yeah, she alluded to the fact that she's not good at saving money anyways. The way that they hound Sheena as if this is joint money that she squandered is annoying. But also, Sheena, baby, your story, yeah. Next, we have Daniel and Lisa. Y'all know I love me some Daniel and Lisa, my favorite couple. So they have since patched things up from their argument at dinner, right? Now they're preparing to meet Daniel's uncle. And here you have Daniel actually helping her out with the African attire and everything. I said, oh, okay.
You know, I don't have much West, so.
I know.
Is that the case? Yeah. You will be the one to hold the wine. I will be the one to present it to my uncle. I will be kneeling down with you. Oh my God.
All right, can you help me?
I relate to Lisa so much in this moment because a little bit about me. Y'all know I love to talk about me and my relationship, child. When I went to Ghana, I also had to meet my husband's uncle, not to get approval to get married or anything. So I don't know. The Nigerians, I didn't read the comments, so please tell me again, is this a normal thing? I'm not used to the girl having to get permission from the guy's friend. I don't know. That to me is different. But I had to meet Richmond's, well, not had to meet, I met Richmond's uncle that I did not know was a freaking chief. You guys, I was going into this prepared to only meet his mother. I ended up meeting his mother, his stepfather, his grandparents, both still alive, all his siblings, his aunts and uncles, 2 fresh babies born that day. And the freaking chief. Mind you, yeah, these are the chief's babies. You know, Africans don't play about their babies. More so a chief's babies. More so twin boys. I was stressed. When I tell you, I was spiraling mentally. I was like, what? How could you do this to me? Like, so I completely understand Lisa freaking out right now. I mean, in her situation, she literally has to get approval. So that's a little bit different. I walked in, they already knew who I was. They already were down with the get down. They were like, we just wanted to put a face to the stories. Really, that's it. But yeah, didn't have to wear no African attire. So I'm so sorry, girl. But the certain like position, like not position, the posture you have to have, the certain phrases you have to say. What did I have to say? I had to do a curtsy because he's a chief and all. And I had to say, Ofaine miha omanye. Hey, guys, the way I was reciting that all day. I was stressed. So Lisa, I hear you, sis. When Lisa finally gets to meet the uncle, again, she's shaking in her boots. And honestly, if I was holding on to this many lies, I'd be terrified too.
Yeah, Dan, don't you know our culture?
I'm very nervous today.
Are you a practicing Christian?
Not always been a very good Christian. I do drink not a lot. I have smoked in the past. I have given it up.
Are you or were you a lesbian?
I have been with a woman before, yes, sir.
It's an aberration. Don't be offended.
This whole interaction had me in stitches, you guys. You have Lisa fumbling over herself. No, I haven't been the best Christian, and I'm sorry, and I'm trying to do better. And I'm like, girl, breathe, calmate. Like, take a breath, inhala, exhala, relax. Then you have the uncle being all stern. Do you practice lesbianism? I said, that's a new one. That's a new term. You have Daniel. You have Daniel acting so stressed, like, oh my gosh, the theatrics. As I was watching this, I was like, you know what? Being where you are right now, seeing how serious they are about certain things regarding your lifestyle, honestly, it might be better to just keep lying. You're in a foreign country. You don't know how the people you're acting with could interact with you. This is not a generalization of Nigerians. I'm saying in this situation where you are, you know, living a life that's not approved of, you don't know how people are going to respond to you. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, girl, I would just keep the lies going till you get home. Just, whew. Best of luck to you, Lisa. She did actually get the approval, though. She got the approval based on the lies. So I don't know how that's going to pan out for her. Next, we have Annaline and Javon. They have patched things up as well. You know, everybody in the last episode was just arguing, child. So everybody's now making amends. And they are apologizing to each other. He is apologizing for bringing up the conversation at the wrong time. So the conversation they had before was the fact that she went off on the sister, but because of him, and she was mad at him for communicating with another woman, right? So he's apologizing for bringing up the conversation at the wrong time, not necessarily what led to all those things happening, right? Annaline noticed that. She was like, hold on, what do you mean you're apologizing for bringing it up? Because let's get to the root of the matter here. You should not be talking to another woman.
You need to make sure that you keep your promise. Can I see your phone?
Okay.
There's always photos.
My dog.
I guess I'm still learning how to trust him.
Javon says that Annaline needs to trust him regardless. Give her reasons to trust you. Give her reasons to trust you. What do you mean? Like, what? Is this not a relationship? I'm not gonna walk blindly just because we've decided to be married. Like, I still want to make sure that you're doing right by me and I'm doing right by you. I'm not just gonna blindly trust you when you're giving me reason after reason after reason to not trust you. Are you good? The passport broness of it all between him and Rick and how they just thought they would have a woman who would just lay down and take everything is embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. This man then continues to say, you know, a little bit of paranoia is not bad because a woman only acts right when she knows there's a possibility of her being replaced. He's actually so grimy and disgusting. So grimy and disgusting. It's the way that he said it, because in a sense, I do agree. But with the whole, like, sometimes people get comfortable in relationships and things do work better when you're still vigilant in your relationship. You're still trying to court each other. You're still trying to be romantic and all those things, right? But to say people only act right when they know they could be replaced, nasty, grimy, gross. Yeah, so she went through his phone. She didn't find anything. This man would be an idiot to leave any evidence on his phone. So did he pass the test or was he just ahead of the game, sis? No. On the last day of their honeymoon, Annaline wants to give him a taste of her culture, and she's realizing this man is just as whiny and unromantic in person as he was over the phone.
You look miserable, whining, and
How am I unromantic, though? I work 15 hours a day.
some other people are working too. They still have time to be sweet to their wife.
Maybe I'm just not a good husband.
Did y'all notice that repulsive attempt at a pity bid? He was like, oh, guess I'm not a good husband then. He wanted her to say, no, babe, you are a good husband. No, babe, you're doing your best. No, babe. I'm so glad she stayed quiet. Because you're not going to manipulate me. You're not going to manipulate the girl. Are you crazy? Oh, maybe I'm just not a good husband. Yeah, maybe you're not. What now? Maybe you're not. Oh my gosh, how embarrassing. So he is talking about providing and all those things and how that is romantic to him. He says, based on the podcast that he listens to, romance looks like this. This is what love really looks like. And essentially, he has boiled down romance to gender roles. So since you want to do that, if ever you want her to give you sexual favors, if ever you want her to dress sexy to upkeep herself, how would you feel if her response was, food is cooked, laundry is done? That's romantic. That's what love looks like. You're good. You see how that doesn't work? So think again before you want to just reduce this girl to just a freaking, like, oh God, he would have a better chance with a blow up doll, because that's what you want. You don't want the talk back. You want a warm hole, and you want to have something cute on your shoulder. Have y'all seen those TLC shows of the people with the strange addictions or the whatever? There's been people on there who be married to a sculpture. Go do that. Next, we have Laura and Beeran. They are still arguing about Michael because she obviously does not want to cut Michael off. When does Michael come? I'm so ready for Michael to hit the scene. I want to see how that interaction is going to go. But yeah, Beeran is upset at her because she doesn't want to cut off Michael. She's upset at him because he hates Michael. Those are his words. He's like, I hate him. So rough. They get to meet up with Beeran's friends, which is really good for Laura because basically those are the only people she's going to meet. But she's unfortunately learning some new things about Beeran that she did not expect to learn.
Birkan'ın bilinmeyen bir yanı var. Kumar oynamaya devam ettiğini biliyor mu? I gamble every day. Farklı bir şey. Söyleyeyim. Herhangi bir şey.
Nobody is translating for me. It's possible that he's hiding something else.
Can't say that I'm surprised that this man has a gambling addiction. How the hell do you get into that much debt in USD when you ain't got a business, you ain't got real estate, you ain't taking care of a family? Like what? How else do you get that deep in a hole? This would make sense. Laura If you're not picking your things up and planning to run, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. You are in for some trouble, girl. Some trouble. And then they start having a conversation where the friends are trying to hold him accountable. They're having this conversation in Turkish. Beeran is no longer translating anymore because he's like, oh, you see, what y'all not gonna do is embarrass me in front of this lady who's supposed to be my meal ticket to America and for me to get out of this debt. Sweetie, that debt is gonna follow you. Not literally, but you're just gonna create more debt wherever you go. You have a problem. Laura, he's gonna be your problem. Oh, girl. Lastly, we have Rick and Trisha. So he's excited to bring home a stepmama for his children. And although she loves his kids, she would like some kids of her own.
We could have this family unit, just the four of us.
I cannot just, being a stepmom.
I'm not in a position to have another child.
What's the issue? I know it's a hard time, but I know what it is.
I don't know, Trish. I'm not ready to make that decision right now.
Girl, this is a blessing in disguise, and you have no idea. It is a blessing in disguise. You don't want this man as your baby daddy. You do not want this man as your baby daddy. You're struggling with him as your boyfriend. That's one thing I'll never understand, you know? Some people will be in relationships, or it might not even be at relationship stage, and they will be suffering, but they'll accept that proposal. They'll take off that condom. They'll move in. They'll do, and I'm like, but you were miserable already. Like, if things looked good, you went into it, whoa, didn't expect that, I would understand. But you were already, baby, you're suffering at the girlfriend stage, and you want this man to breed you? Okay. He's very hesitant. Obviously, he's getting up there in age, and that's another thing, baby girl. You are half this man's age. You had to have known that the life trajectory is not really going to be aligning right now. Like, the goals aren't the same. You're misaligned. And to make matters worse, when they get home, he is supposed to meet her family. She didn't tell her daddy nothing about Rick. She didn't tell her daddy that Rick has been married twice before. She didn't tell her daddy that Rick has children. She didn't tell her daddy that Rick is older than the daddy. I just... oh. Trisha, you cannot be serious. I have no words. Best of luck to you, girl, because, whoa, that frontal lobe developing, it's also for girls too, right? It's at 25. For her, it might be 27. Give her a few more years. I don't think it's fully enclosed. We need a few more digits on that number. Oh God. Okay. Let's see what happens on the next episode. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.